eat fruit, and mind your business. Sometimes you just have to curve a thing, you know?
Kaboom! 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 Bang! 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 Bang!
Hey guys, it's your girl Antoinette. I'm eating my fruit and minding my business this week. And
hey guys, it's your girl Kay. What's going on? Eat fruit, minding my business as well.
and welcome to the Eat Fruit podcast, your bi-weekly bowl of fruit with all nutrition related to becoming more knowledgeable, secure, while serving a little dessert a la creme. Okay, guys? And how has everyone's week been going? Like, Kay, how's your week been going, girl?
It's been good. It's been great. I celebrated my birthday, and we're so sorry, guys, about not following the schedule, but we're back on track now, and you guys can expect this to be out, as we said, Mondays bi-weekly. But those are the things I've been working on, website, and just, working to be a better, more secure me. Period. How about you, Miss Antoinette? How are you been doing?
Listen, I've been going in between gigs, working, trying to readjust back to COVID because low-key everything has been back to stage 2 again in Ontario. So I'm trying to readjust to everything and try to figure out what to do with my business. But we out here, we're hustling. It's a good and bad week. So not bad, but everything's good. Everything's always good, actually. Okay, so everything's litty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tell us how your week is going. You can always comment down below in the comment section if you're watching this on video, or you can just hit us up on our Instagram on Eat Fruit Podcast and just let us know how your week's going. And don't forget to follow us and follow the Downtown YouTube channel below. So,
yes. I was like, what am I? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to adjust, but it's not working. So, yes, now we get into our BTS for this week, behind the scenes, where we like to highlight people who we feel are putting in a lot of work behind the scenes, and we like to bring them to center stage. So, Miss Antoinette, take it away.
So this week, I want to shout out Style by Z. That's my girl Zola over there. She's an amazing fashion stylist. She has worked in a lot of red carpets like the Golden Globes. Also, she has worked with a lot of celebrity public figures in the Canadian fashion scene or entertainment sector. So I always love to shout out Zola. Zola's always doing her thing, styling up these people, making them look super duper fly. So y'all don't forget to follow her on Instagram. She's always putting looks together for just not herself, but for her clients. And I just love Zola so much. One of the most nicest people I've ever came across to in this industry. And I'm a stylist too. So when I see another stylist who's doing their work, who is also shouting you out too, you gotta go and support them no matter what. So shout out to Zola, Style by Z, go follow her. And yeah, that's a big, yeah. That's my
shout out to Zola. I actually know her, Toronto influence. Shout out to you. She does an amazing job. She supported me last year, pre-COVID, for my first Downtown podcast live show. So always respect out to her. As you said, her resume is stupid.
Immaculate, guys.
Yeah, so shout outs to her. And it's so dope that you could show love to another woman doing her thing. Just because you guys are in the same field doesn't mean you can't show respect to others. So I see you, Antoinette. Oh, is it my turn? My apologies. So I thought you wanted to add on more. I wasn't sure. Okay, well, my person for this week, I'm sorry, I should have the book right next to me. Do I? It's probably in the living room because that's where I was trying to catch up on reading this morning. But my BTS person that I'd like to bring to center stage this week is none other than Broken Silence, aka Christine Lewis. And she had recently published and released her book, you named or titled, my apologies. Oh no. I want to get the name proper, guys. But her name is Broken Silence. You can follow her on social media. And Her social media handle is Impact Over Intention. And the name of her book is Hidden Truths. There we go. Hidden Truths. And let me tell you, it is a story of her true real life. I actually know her from elementary school, and we grew up together, and she's really been through a lot in life. Whether it was incarceration, whether it was with pregnancy, whether it was pedophilia that she experienced within her family. Like, she really goes there and shares her truth, hence why her name is Broken Silence, because she's breaking her silence in hopes that other women will feel free to break their silence and speak their truths. And, you know, she is one of the people that I definitely call a friend when I'm feeling like discouraged, and she's taught me a lot. And even when I'm speaking with her, she'll correct me a lot. I remember the other day we were speaking and I was like, yes, like I'm gonna get this million. She's like, no, Kay, no, you have the million already. The million is on its way. And let me tell you, if you don't have those friends in your circle, hunty, you need to fix
what do you have?
Okay, so shout outs to you, Christine. Make sure to support and get her book, Hidden Truths. You will not be disappointed. Plus, you're supporting a beautiful Black queen that's really out here, like, making moves and making a difference. So really, really proud of her. And if you are someone that you are watching this segment right now and you are like, I need to be brought to center stage, people need to know about what I'm doing, feel more than free to email us at eatfruitpodcast@gmail.com, or you're welcome to DM, etc. And as well, if you know someone else other than yourself, feel more than free to hit us up. But that is BTS behind the scenes for this week, guys. And thank you so much for tuning into that. Now, it is Antoinette's favorite part.
Listen, we're going to talk about some little dessert a la creme, okay? We're talking about all the tea, everything that's happening in the world right now. Let's low-key get started, because, you know, you already know I love some tea. You know, I like to mind my business. Tea, some good tea, regardless. So, yeah. So we kind of have a low-key update about the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion situation from the last time we talked. I think, did we talk about the album on here with Daystar?
No, like we talked, but not on the podcast for everyone.
I know. I feel like we talked about, like,
we spoke about it, but not, yeah.
Kay was right. let's be out here and honest. Kay was right. This girl said that he was gonna make a Daystar thing happen, and he made a Daystar thing happen. Okay, his album or EP or whatever dropped with a lot of controversy, a lot of backlash as well. What are your thoughts about that album? From like
Popular opinion, and I know a lot of Black women are like saying they're bunning anyone that says what I'm about to say, but in my opinion, it is Tory Lanez's best album to date, hands down. It was epic. It was his best sound. One of the things that was kind of deterring me from Tory Lanez's like albums was I felt like his skits were getting a bit too long and overshadowing like the song. And I felt like in this project, he found a really amazing and dope way to like tie everything together. And when you think about it, he's not talking about past stories or stories we know of. Like, I could say growing up, I remember seeing him in STC, Scarborough Town Center, for those of you who are not from the city. And like,
I already know what STC means.
And like, you know, this story, this album that he made was in real time. Real things happen. So for those of you artists, anybody that want to question his pen or say Tory Lanez doesn't write his tracks, etc., like, he proved that, because all of these, that like you couldn't have made those songs before this incident. So now when it comes to recently, it was announced that not announced, like it was brought to light that he's being charged with and facing up to 22 years and 8 months. And he's been charged by the city of LA and all the things that tie into that. As I said before, and I'll say it again, this situation is looking really, really sticky. And I don't even want to talk about it. I want to wait till this trial happens and we really see what is presented. Because right now we're just seeing two people that used to fuck that are having a little bit of a lover's quarrel. Like, I'm sorry, a lot of y'all don't like to hear it real like that, but that's what we're seeing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So while I do, as I said, thank God we are not saying R.I.P. Megan Thee Stallion. Thank God. And that girl, in either case, there was a swimsuit and a gun, and Tory Lanez should not all three be in the same sentence. So, you know, but that is my, I guess, limited opinion for now until, because it's crazy to me. As I said, I never see someone being like, yo, I did not shoot that girl. This girl is lying. You know what I mean? And on one end, I did not see a girl saying, yo, this nigga shot me. I know he shot me. Nobody can tell me he shot me. So this shit is just really like, I see some people on Twitter being like, I do not know what to think, or, you know what I mean? And you cannot come for me and be like, oh, we should protect Black women, and this is, I'm a Black motherfucking woman talking to you right now. Like, right here, right now. And unfortunately, I've been through some shit. So as I said, I am waiting until, what was the date? October 13th? When we be seeing what's brought to the... Okay? Because right now it's just Shade Room and TMZ that everyone's working off of. A lie?
Mm-hmm. Here's my thoughts. She still got shot at the end of the day. And from what it looks like here, and I don't want to be like, this is what it looks like, but what it looks like here, this man's getting charged for having a gun and now shooting Megan. So for what it seems like, I don't care what happened behind the scenes with them. I don't care if it was a lover's quarrel. I don't care if that best friend of hers when fuck Tory and she was fucking him at the same time, she still got shot. And no matter how bad the situation is, you should never pull out a gun and bah, bah, bah. And that's just, it's not just with it because she's a female. I'm saying it for anyone, period.
Agreed.
Period. You should not be pulling up a gun and shooting. So no matter what happens, I'm always gonna, like, this is my opinion, he's still in the wrong in my eyes. And that's because he could have honestly avoided that situation of pulling up the gun and shooting. There are so many other ways that he could have got his point across without shooting a gun.
Agreed.
That's me. Because if he never shot the gun, I would have been like, oh yeah, something must have happened behind the scenes. I don't know what it is personally. I'm not commenting on shit. But because he pulled up the gun, I'm going to comment on shit. Because
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even want to, that sentence right there, like, he pulled out the gun. Like, I don't know that. I don't know how this shit, like, you know what I mean? But what I do know for sure is a gun was present. Megan Thee Stallion was defenseless. And none of that shit should have went down, period. Those are the three, like, facts that personally, like, y'all, you know what I mean? I respect your opinion, Antoinette, everything, like, but I'm just a real factual, like, person. Like, I don't know who pulled it out. I don't know. But all I know is it shouldn't have been there in the first fucking place. And thank God she's okay. And, like, she's in a bathing suit. There's no reason ever to do that to anyone. That's where I, like...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you already know. Someone shot her. It's really pointing towards Tory. It's really pointing towards him. And maybe we need to go in court and see the evidence, and, like, the gun has to have his little fingertips, and that, like, some people need facts. That's not my business. That's not my business. I just know that it's pointing towards him. And listen, maybe her best friend did shoot her. Let's say that. Let's put that, or the security guard, because there's her and the security guard. There's two other people present. Let's be honest. Because remember, Megan did cut off her friend that time. So maybe the friend did shoot her, who knows? Then I'm sorry. I'm sorry for saying, I'll backtrack and be like, look, I'm sorry. But for what it looks like here, it doesn't seem like it was her. It seems like it was the other way around. And yeah, I really wish I could look at facts, but like a gun was shot. And he was the one who got his press charges, not like anybody else in the car. So there's a reason why they just press charges. And I don't think it's because all of the drama and maybe the drama did influence the arresting. Let's I'm gonna be honest. It probably did influence the arresting. But at the same time, even though police ain't really that great and ain't shit when it comes to Black Lives Matter, they still have a system and they still have evidence that they have to look into. So maybe they didn't look into the evidence and they saw Tory shot this girl. Who knows? I don't know. But all I know is that someone got shot, and I'm always gonna be on Megan's side with the situation because a gun was pulled out and she could have died. And that's life or death at that point. That's a whole traumatic situation that should have been avoided. I don't know how the situation was avoided. That it had to, I don't know if Tory has, some past trauma that was triggering or something, but that to me is a gun. Yeah, exactly. No. I'm really gonna, be a justification or something, but,
there's no
it's not justifying for me, so yeah. Yeah, that's how I think. That's how
excuse. When I'm around, when I'm around the mandem that I'm around, I feel very safe. If anything, I'm even acting up even more because I know I'm with the mandem. Mandem will not turn on me. So this situation is
it's literally a hot mess. And Megan,
more than a mess.
Listen, if Megan ends up watching that,
life could have been taken.
That's what I'm saying. Blessings, God really had your back that day because you're still alive to do what you need to do best, which is music. And I thank God for that. I hope that your case is brought to justice, whatever that means to you yourself. If that means that Tory has to go to jail, or you find your own peace in the situation, then you go do that, sis. But a lot of people who are saying Tory never shot her, or he's not going to get charged for this because this and that are looking like real clowns right now. But we got to see what happens on October 13th.
So, Tory Lanez's father made I guess you could say a statement on, what is this, his Instagram?
Okay.
I don't want to say he was defending him, take it what you may, but, and I quote, "My son, Tory Lanez, at Tory Lanez, I say to you this day, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom you have seen today, you shall see them again no more. You will not have to fight this battle. Take up your position, stand firm, and see the deliverance of the Lord, and will give you day star. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Do not, and face them tomorrow, and the Lord will be with you." Shabba-labba-labba-labba. Yo! It's not funny. It's not funny.
I'm so sorry. I really tried doing this with a straight face, but when she started with the child the ghetto. Listen. I don't know what that meant. Maybe he was defending his son. Cool. Congrats. That's your job as a parent. Defend your kid. That's all I'm going to say. Defend your kid. remember, innocent till proven guilty is what people are been saying, right? So, yeah.
Okay, so, as I said, I think the court date is actually this week, so we'll see.
Wednesday, I just realized it's Wednesday. So we will probably give you all updates. I feel like we're like the Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion update people every bi-weekly at this point, because every episode I feel like we talk with them at least one time every episode. So
I don't want to. I really don't.
Know. I think the situation, it's not tired, it's traumatic, but like it's just like there's so many serious other things happening in this world other than like two celebrities who are beefing and stuff. But yeah. Anywho, to other news, since we were talking about that, I don't even know what's going on in the world. I don't even know why I just...
Well, Joe Budden, he didn't recently drop the Joe Budden Network. Like, that's what his YouTube channel has always been called. But he kind of did like an official launch. And as you know, we've kind of been discussing what's been happening with their podcast and being a part of the podcast world, etc. So recently he had announced that podcast, and as you know, I think this week coming up will be like their first episode out of their exclusive Spotify deal. So wow. I'm not gonna front and be like, I'm not excited to see what they have in store, because they've been dropping commercials and you can see that there's possibly going to be a new set, etc. So congratulations to them, and excited to see the moves that they're making. So on top of that announcement, he released another podcast, or on his network, he released a podcast called See the Thing Is, with Mandy B from the Horrible Decisions podcast, and Bridget Kelly, and no, I don't want to forget this queen's name. I'm so sorry. All respect to her. I just want to get her name correct because she is someone new to me. Olivia Dope is her Instagram handle. And I am so proud to see that he launched a podcast with all women, and I'm excited to see what they say. Their numbers apparently have been doing like amazing. Pray for us to get those numbers one day as well. And we do have those numbers. Those numbers are coming. So, so shout out to him for making that move. And, you know, I'm not one to be like, hey, Downtown Podcast. I think we did launch, as you know, Eat Fruit Pod is the first official secondary podcast of the network. So, you know.
That's the Downtown Network, guys.
So that just really makes me feel like we're moving in a great direction, in the right direction. And this young female under 30 from Toronto might be onto something. So
yes.
Excited to see what we have to come, and congratulations again to Joe Budden Network. And I don't understand why people are so, like, the industry is so pressed about what he's doing, but we'll only see what's happening. As I said, Charlemagne has announced the Black Effect Podcast Network, and he has a good amount of podcasts under that network in partnership with iHeartRadio. And Joe Budden has his independent ownership vibe over here. So what do you think of this, Antoinette? Like, what are your thoughts on all of this?
Honestly, I think he's onto something. And I think a lot of businesses, I'm going to quote with Tyler Perry, you need to own your stuff, okay? Tyler Perry, like a year or two ago, made this speech on the BET Awards when he won the Icon Awards. And he basically was ranting or speaking facts about how businesses just need to start owning their stuff. And I think Joe realized when he was working with Spotify that not only probably didn't have much creative control of what he could do, but also financials, like Spotify was probably taking a big chunk, and he was the one who was working all the work and wasn't getting much of that money from it. So like I can't stress enough about how happy I am that he's like, listen, I'm just gonna own my own network. Like, I have the following, I have the clout to do it and put more other podcasts on, and basically kind of build a same format as Spotify. Maybe he can change, like, he's changing the game right now. And I think the industry is mad because Joe Budden, let me tell you something, I love Joe Budden. I saw this guy when he was on The Complex, when he was on Everyday Struggles. I used to watch it with my ex and Saintz, and I was like, this guy is funny and controversial as hell, okay? And like, he came from that to doing Love and Hip Hop to now having his own network. And I know he used to be in music and stuff. Like, I'm just telling you from where I saw him, where he started, from point A to what he's doing now is extremely crazy. In such in a 5-year short span, how much he has grown his own brand to create something and build Joe Budden, the name, as a reputable brand that people can trust when it comes to the podcasting world. So like, I always think, and maybe I'm wrong, y'all just need to own your stuff. Any entrepreneur, any person who wants to make lucrative funds and actually make money doing what they love, you need to own your own network. Like, I have the House of AJ. That's my own fashion network that has like my styling, my events, and my clothes. Like, that's all under me. Kay has the Downtown Network that has her blogs, her Instagram, her podcasts, because there's 2 under there now, okay? And like, listen, owning your stuff is so important because you're your own boss. You don't have to go and talk to some third party and being like, can I do this? No, you can do whatever you want. Okay? Wow. So for any
person, I want to create a sale on the shop right now and say, fuck it, 50% off, I can do that. I don't have to ask no one.
Exactly, and that's the person being your own CEO. I can put up a sale. I can drop a collection right now if I wanted to. Okay, and that's my decision. And I don't have to ask somebody else about strategic planning. I make my own strategic planning when it comes to dropping shit. So for anyone who's sitting here and wants to run a business or wants to create a brand for themselves, like, always own your stuff, because even though you may think like getting it under somebody else is beneficial at the time, when your brand becomes super more lucrative and you want to buy your masters, for example, back like Kanye West, it's gonna be a very difficult thing to do, and you might go crazy and go call up people on Twitter. But anywho, just own your stuff, guys. And this is Joe Budden trying to own his shit. Okay, so I really shout out to Joe Budden for that. And yeah,
it's dope. And like, a lot of people will get at Kim. As I said, we spoke on prior, there was a weird riff with like Gilly the Kid, the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, and like little things I was noticing because I do watch like each of those shows. But at the same time, like, I'm not gonna knock Joe Budden for his progress and what he's done. Like, I feel a little bit old, but Joe Budden to me is like, you know, rapping, and yeah, everybody has their down times. Yes, he was on drugs and doing all that and memes and loving hip hop, and you got served, R.I.P. Lil Saint, you know, but look at where he is now. And if that's not motivation to tell you that regardless of
where you come from,
like, you can become a CEO, you can get it regardless. Like look, there's millions of examples, but here's just another one. You know what I mean? And I bet he never thought, coming from New Jersey and the history he's had, how will he ever, you know, come up, and he's looking like a multi-millionaire, if even now. So shout outs to you guys and what you're doing over there, and we will be meeting soon.
Yes, let's speak that into the air. We are going to be meeting. The meeting is not now. So listen, we trying to speak everything and anything into existence. If you learn anything from this podcast, speak everything into your life, into existence. Okay? So
literally, I used to tell people all the time, I want to be on TV. You're going to see me on TV.
Look, my girl's on TMZ. Okay?
Like, I can't make this shit up. So, like, literally, you don't have to believe in God, but believe in something. And yeah. You dig deep. You dig deep. And I don't want to run on, but since we're kind of like on a positive wave, congratulations to Nicki Minaj on welcoming her baby. There's been reports that she's now officially like a mom, and you know, I am a barb to a certain degree, and I know listening to her music, she having her son, I think it was Imani, that would have been like a certain age because she shared that she had like an abortion, etc. She made that choice, and now she's welcomed a beautiful bundle of joy into the world. So congratulations to her. I wouldn't show nobody my baby either because when the two blood
that's not their listen, that's not our business, okay? I just think, listen, this has been a long time coming for Nicki Minaj, okay? Probably even for the Barbs. And let me tell you, I feel like every person who used to listen to rap music in 2010s and then so forward was a Barbs at one point. So everybody was a motherfucking Barbs. So this has been a long time coming, for not just for her and her journey, but for her fan base and their journey with Nicki. So honestly, shout out to Nicki Minaj. Shout out to that beautiful baby girl, allegedly, baby boy, if it's not a girl. And congratulations. Like, you have a little family now. This is literally all she wanted for a very long time. So she has her wealth. She's one of the best rappers in the game, probably the best rapper in the game if we're gonna be, if the Barbs are gonna come throw on my necks. But like, shout out to her. Congrats. I hope like everything. I hope you're so happy with your little bundle of joy. You deserve that.
You see that time to be a new mom. You have to probably be doing all types of stress,
eating and dressing in sweats and not sleeping in her sleep schedule no more. Like,
Yup. So shout outs to her. Sadly, on the other hand, because life is just filled with the positives and the negatives. Very, very sadly, I report that Chrissy Teigen and John Legend unfortunately experienced complications while giving birth, and their baby boy did not make it home with them. So I'm praying for you guys and your whole entire family. I'm praying for your strength, Chrissy, and just following her on this whole journey of her pregnancy. I was so crushed when I seen the pictures of her crying on the bed and things. So definitely very, very sorry for your loss.
Wow. I'm so sorry. Listen, stillbirths are a real thing that a woman goes through. So I really, truly am sorry. A birth is always a blessing, and sometimes like things don't go their way. Chrissy, I hope you don't think this is your fault.
No, it's not.
It's not your fault. I just want to put that. Listen, you might watch our podcast years later. I just want you to know it's not your fault.
It's not your fault, boo.
And I know so many women who went through like so many complications with their pregnancy or decided not to have their babies even though they wanted it and stuff like that. So I know like this is going to be a very hard time for you. Just know that this is just a time, and do whatever you need to do to heal, because you did lose your baby. So I am very sorry about that. Like, really sorry. Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot, but I definitely didn't want to just congratulate Nicki and wash away, like, you know, because Chrissy, I do follow her. I love to watch her cooking with her entire family, and she's been very transparent with this whole pregnancy. So, you know, I definitely, as I said, condolences to you guys, and I'm very, very, very sorry for your loss.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, to try to help to brighten up the mood, just a zhuzh, just a bit, Queen Riri, aka Robin, the love of my life, literally, I love you. Anna, I love you. She just recently did a volume 2 for Savage X Fenty fashion show, and listen, Rihanna ain't playing no games with y'all. She is not playing no games with y'all. What did I say? She said, eat fruit, mind your business. No, I don't have no damn album. But what you do have is this art.
This is collection that I'm presenting to you during Fashion Month. Okay. Honestly, I watched the show. And this is my first like Savage X Fenty that I watched. So loved the show was perfect from the beginning to the end. I thought the show was immaculate, especially that part when they're in like the flower area, and then she came out in the local tingling like boom, and I was like, wow, girl. I was like, what are you wearing? And then she walked out, and she just started walking. You know what that reminded me of? And not to throw shade at Victoria's Secret. Do you remember that like video when she performed at the Victoria's Secret?
Throwing it.
And she was teaching these girls how to walk. I feel like it was a recreation of that, but being like, look, your business is shutting down, and I made shit for everybody. So now everybody buy my shit now. Y'all should have done my shit.
Who was it last year that tried to play her and have their show at the same time? And everyone was like, well, sorry, boo, but we gotta go.
I think it was Marc Jacobs. Because
we gotta go to Savage. We gotta go to Savage. So shout out to you, Ree. There was a bit of controversy, though.
Yes, which we're not gonna ignore that.
Not at all. Not at all. Now, I was unaware, but the Muslim community was very educational in letting all of us know that there was some disrespect, because there was a part of the show where the prayer, or a prayer, Muslim prayer, that was a point where women were obviously in lingerie, and as you know, Muslim community is not really
about showing skin like that.
So you already know our unapologetic queen apologized, because that's what a true queen does. Rihanna has always been very vocal about her beliefs about God, etc. And she just wanted to make it clear to everyone that that was a definite oversight on her team's part. And she is very sorry. So if you're okay, I'd like to read exactly what my queen, Robin, has said. So, I'd like to thank the Muslim community for pointing out a huge oversight that was unintentionally offensive in our Savage X Fenty show. I would more importantly like to apologize to you for this honest yet careless mistake. We understand that we have hurt many of our Muslim brothers and sisters, and incredibly disheartened by this. I do not play with any kind of disrespect toward God or any religion, and therefore do use of the song in our project was completely irresponsible. Moving forward, we will make sure nothing like this ever happens again. Thank you, and your forgiveness and understanding, period. There was really a period at the end.
Listen,
the queen has laid the gavel and order in the court. She sees where she's gone wrong, and I forgive her. I've been following her long enough to feel like that was really what she said it was. A huge mistake. Mm-hmm. How do you feel?
I'm not Muslim, so I don't have the right to be like, I forgive you, and force Muslims to forgive people. But I love Rihanna. Let me get that straight. And I said, girl, you better go and apologize, because I didn't know exactly what was wrong with the thing, because I'm not Muslim. But the Muslim community was mad. So that made me be like, okay, well, you need to fix your shits and go apologize to them, and it's up to the Muslim people whenever if they want to forgive them or not. I honestly think it was a honest fuck up from the team, and they should have done their research. They should have looked into it before putting that song on the runway show. I think she's even trying to take it down, do a whole new music segment over that. So we'll see if that actually happens or not. But yeah, I love Rihanna. Like, if it's like forgiveness if I have to say I forgive her, like, sure, yeah, I forgive her. But I'm not Muslim, so I don't have the right to be like, I forgive you, and force Muslim people to forgive her. And that's it. That's like same thing with Jeffree Star, when all the white folks are trying to get black people to forgive Jeffree Star, and it's like, listen, you can forgive, but you weren't the one offended. So I can't sit here and be like, oh, I forgive Riri when I wasn't really like offended in the first place. Exactly. That's the community's decision to decide that. So yeah, take it as you leave it. I don't know. Put your comments down below what your thoughts are about that situation, because I do want to hear people's opinions. And I work in the fashion industry a lot, and this isn't like the first time the industry has appropriated and disrespected cultures like that on the runway show. Rihanna was just one of the few people to actually take accountability and actually apologize for the situation. I have seen Marc Jacobs do something like this. I did. Burberry had a huge backlash about the nose thing that happened a couple of seasons ago. Gucci also had backlash when he made a turtleneck that literally looked like blackface on the neck, but y'all motherfuckers still buy from them. So then they never apologized. Let's get that out of the way. The only thing Gucci ever did was Dapper Dan had to be like, I have to go.
Did they have a sale?
Exactly. So you know what? If y'all motherfuckers gonna still buy from Gucci and Burberry and all these fashion houses, then y'all can be mad at Rihanna. Like, y'all need to give that same energy to Rihanna and nothing. But at the same time, I'm not Muslim, so I don't have the right to say to be like, oh, the Muslim community is okay with this. There's Muslims who are and Muslims who are not. I can't, But yeah, I'm just saying, this isn't the first time the fashion industry has pulled fuckery like this. Probably won't be the last. Okay, I'm just glad Rihanna took accountability, because she's a queen and doesn't play with her monies or religion or So yeah, that's my thoughts.
No, agreed, exactly. And yeah, like, I'm not Muslim, but I just really feel like I never see her trouble nobody. So
that's what I'm saying. I feel she's an unpopular person.
That's what it is, and I'm standing by her. That's what it was. So yes, but she slayed that show, head to bottom. Loved all the As for me, watching Victoria's Secret, it was always cute to watch and fun to watch, but there was never any women that were like chesty like myself or shaped like me that made me feel like I would actually look good or look like that in their lingerie wear. And Rihanna opening those doors, and I'm seeing women that look like me and they're flipping and all up in their ting. It's making me feel like, all right, let me give me one too so I can, for somebody's son. So
listen, I think one of my favorite parts was when Fenty actually dropped their men's collection that was designed by Christian Combs during their show, and Rihanna was not playing when she said this shit's for everybody and their mamas, okay? Because we saw skinny people, then we saw people who were dressing in drag, we saw people dressing in doing Vogue, and then we have plus size men, which we call big and tall in the community. So we saw big and tall men, which we never really see, okay, ever.
All the people they
on
said
the runway
we're not supposed to see on the runway.
She literally is like, fuck y'all, I'm gonna put them on the runway. And literally, everybody was shook. A lot of bigger men were like, I've never seen this. I never seen myself represented it, and it feels good. Like, I'm gonna buy these Fenty boxers. And listen, Christmas is around the corner, ladies.
I want to get them.
If you want to get some for your mans, y'all go. Listen, I'm gonna get some. If I had a man, I would get some for my mans. Okay, and get myself some cute little Fenty panty and bra set too. It's gonna be a magical Christmas, guys. So let me stop. But anywho, the representation was there, and I feel like a lot of people, us on social media especially, were always screaming for representation, and the industry will usually half listen. Rihanna took that and fully listened to it, which is bigger than what most brands have done. So shout out to Rihanna for being that queen and being the trendsetter and also the pioneer, because she did pioneer a lot of stuff. And the industry, not in just fashion, but beauty too, have been shook because of it. So shout out to her.
Shout out to her, for real. She's doing great things. Now, in light of speaking on great things, and we spoke on Sean Combs a bit, Diddy just recently announced that, well, not recently, but he's now officially a part of the Comcast network, where he inked a deal with Comcast for Revolt, and that is like huge, right? So we're really seeing Black moguls making some really great deals. As I said, we need to continue to cheer on for these people and cheer on for this, because if they can construct that deal with those people, then imagine what you can get. Mm-hmm. So the opportunity, that's how I choose to look at things in life, and the opportunities are endless. So shout out to you, Diddy. And
that's actually super major. I did see that news. Congratulations to Diddy himself. Diddy's always making money moves. That ain't new shit, but like, this is Black people we're talking about. So if you can see this Black person get on a Comcast TV, it's a TV thing, right? Comcast, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like you have
like Bell and Rogers.
And, yeah.
Oh, okay, Fox and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like Bell and Rogers, and I don't know.
No, way more grand, but yes.
Sorry, guys. All my Americans are probably going to drag me, but, like, I'm Canadian, so I don't really care about that stuff. Anywho, it's still a big thing. So congratulations.
Legit.
Like, this really shows... You know what's my favorite thing happening this year? Let me be real honest. Black people, particularly Black women, making their goals happen during the fuckery of this pandemic. Okay? That's my favorite thing happening this year. Okay, because a lot of people's goals are coming to fruition, including myself, Kay's, and a lot of other Black people. So I just love just seeing Black folks winning, and we deserve it. I honestly feel like we do, with so much shit that's been going on, not just like now, but like generationally happening, and all the generational trauma that we have gone through as a race together. It's just super nice to see that like people are like, we need to start doing this for ourselves and building our community up and making community wealth, because we don't have that. So shout out to Diddy. Also shout out to Rihanna for her show, because she's making generational wealth for herself too. So yeah, like, I love this all positivity today.
I love it. And on that note, as it's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Yes. And when I say Thanksgiving, I'm not talking about that man-made stuff on all that people's blood. No. It's really just a time of gratitude for me, and you sharing that with the people that you love. Mm-hmm. You know, things like of that nature. So I be woke. Now, in light of that, for us, we do have a holiday this month, and for the rest of the year, there's a holiday every month. It is the fourth quarter. For a lot of entrepreneurs, this could be a make or break time. It's a really exciting time. Now, we're speaking about ownership and preparation, all these things. But fourth quarter, this right here, buzzer beat time. What do you make of it, Antoinette? Like, how are you feeling for it?
Listen, your girl lost her job since this fourth quarter has started, and I have...
You lost the white man's job. You didn't lose your job.
Yes, I did. Yes. Wow. I lost
the white man's job.
Wow. I actually felt that in my soul. So, like, you know, I lost, like, the job I want to do, and now I'm doing the job I need to do. And right now, like, the fourth quarter is blessed. It's just so much blessings. I'm still paying my bills with the fourth quarter, and like, I'm just out here like, y'all, like, take this fourth quarter. It's the holiday season now. Every month, y'all should be doing a sale. Y'all should be doing promo. Y'all should be doing something, building your email list. Okay, for some people who have a community building business. Okay, y'all need to do something that generates income for you each month, because this is a great time. People are spending money. Even during this pandemic, people are still going to be spending money because it's the holidays. Okay. So y'all need to take that. Y'all can go on YouTube, Google. Those two are your best friends in figuring out how to do a marketing plan. If y'all know somebody who's having a course, spend money on a course maybe and see how they're doing stuff, and just apply pressure for yourself. Apply pressure.
Apply pressure for yourself. Yeah.
Pressure's turned into diamonds, honey. So
listen, it's very exciting, you know. Antoinette, like, honestly, another part of the reason why we were unable to record is because Antoinette and I have been, like, seriously booked and busy, like, tired to the point where, like, my voice was giving out, like, it would have sounded like complete like more trash than what it sounded like now. Like, listen, Antoinette's been up, getting home how many hours, waking up early again, doing it again and again and again, okay?
Listen, guys, I'm not even a morning person.
Listen,
I'm not.
I try to force her to do things earlier.
I'm like, no.
Listen, I said what I said. Fourth quarter, like, it's gonna incorporate all those things. It's gonna incorporate you being tired. It's gonna incorporate you losing your voice. It's gonna incorporate, you know, you having to tell a person or two, hey, I can't make it to this because, not even a because, I can't make it to this, period. Because sometimes you share your because and people be so blood clot, bad mind, and one of your thing, and your thing not gone through, transcription below, and like, you're wondering why. So you do what you gotta do. You work on what you gotta work. You let people think what they gotta think. But fourth quarter is very important. We got Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving. We got Black Friday. We got, what else we got? Remembrance Day.
Halloween, Remembrance Day, Christmas,
Boxing Day, New Year's Eve. Like, ridiculous amounts of opportunities for you to get something together. Mm-hmm. Don't be worried about what you're seeing on social media, what other people are doing.
Worry about what you need to be doing. Build your content calendar for the next 3 months, and if anything rapidly news happens in the world,
that could be something calendar. Even if you just do that, you already start planning for 2021, even though things are unsure.
Oh yeah.
What I can't guarantee you is the internet is not going to go down. That's something I can guarantee you.
That's when I started.
So fourth quarter, you work on something incorporating the internet. That way, you know, you will never shut down.
Yes. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to give y'all a little tea, okay? As a fashion stylist who literally works with people all the time, when this pandemic happened, I had to figure out a way to turn everything digital. I already had a virtual styling service. I never really pushed it that much, but I also decided to drop a virtual styling subscription for any plus size babes who literally just wanted to, like, know how to dress, like, style outfits better and, like, purchase stuff online that have fly shit. So that was my way of me pivoting and shifting things during the pandemic. And I know in Ontario right now, things are shutting down once again. So anyone who lives in Ontario, they're like, ooh, I can't do any, like, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Every business can be shifted digitally. Okay, if you have a brick and mortar and you can be in your store right now because of the pandemic, make an online website, pay that $1 something a year or $3 something a year, okay, and make an online store and sell everything on there, because now you got 2 platforms and you're continuously making money throughout this pandemic, because the government ain't, especially in America, they only give you one $1,200 check one time, hasn't gave you no one $1,200 check since, okay? So y'all need to figure out a way to continue those coins, okay? Continue it without the help of the government, because the government can do so much for you.
And then on top of that, they're going to be asking you back for that bread anyways. So there's no freeness when you look at it. So why not put in the work to something you own or something you can control, you know, without having to whatever. So whether you need to get your products together, get your packaging together, you need to write it down, you need to come up with a name, whatever you got to do, you know what's on your list, just do it. Mm-hmm. Just set aside, if it's even like, I'll have a transparency moment. I've been talking about forever. I've been wanting to lose weight, and like, I shouldn't say lose weight, but I just want to be more toned and feel like the best, you know, version of myself. What Eat Fruit Podcast is all about. And you know, people be doing these hour-long podcasts, everything. I'm just be watching it, tired as fuck. But I said, you know what? If it's even 5 minutes, I'm going to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And I managed this week to do yoga more than once. I managed to jump my skip rope. And let me tell you, I don't remember feeling like this as a child when I was skipping rope. But you see, right?
No, girl, I already know what you're about to say.
You see right about now. Around these parts right here, let me tell you, okay? But it's part of the things. You got to have a fourth quarter mindset. You got to have that buzzer beater mindset. If you want it, like, nobody else is going to do it for you but you. But you. So be prepared. As Antoinette has mentioned, you got your email list. There's so many things you can work on. And we're open to collaborations. We're open to bringing your businesses to light. So if you're looking for that assistance, that help, or you just want to talk to us about what you have going on and you see what we have to say, like, feel more than free to hit us up at Eat Fruit Podcast. And, like, we're here because we're all in this together.
We need to do an episode dedicating on how businesses can thrive during the pandemic, because in some ways both our businesses have thrived during the pandemic.
That would be a really good one. You guys let us know what you think. We can definitely do that, like, all for the next one. That is a really good one. Yeah. But I just really felt like it was important with everything going on, and I know we have a la creme and the mix up and all of that, but, like, as well, you have to have a balance. What does your fourth quarter look like? What is the rest of your 2020 looking like? Even though certain things are uncertain, as I said, one bitch that ain't going nowhere is winter, and it's motherfucking internet. And people is going to be inside online shopping. So, get in where you fit in. Do what you got to do. Figure out what that plan is. Listen to that voice in your head, and you do what needs to be done.
Period.
For me, I think, was there anything you would kind of want to, like, add on, Antoinette?
No, I think, listen, I talk all the shit that I talk. I think Kay talk all her shit. And honestly, like, me and Kay have been doing the business thing for a while. So, like, hit us up if y'all have any questions, concerns. I'm really super down to do that episode because we can.
Yeah, that's actually, we should really, I'm going to start working on it. For sure.
Because, like, I have, like, some notes, and, like, I can really, like, we can really take some of y'all businesses to the next level if you guys don't.
And we can also use the advice. There's always something you can learn.
Yeah. Always something new. Always something new. So, honestly, yeah, like, I'm super down to the episode. Like, if y'all have any questions, y'all leave a comment on our YouTube channel if y'all watching this video, or, like, DM us on Instagram, follow us on Eat Fruit Pod on Instagram. So yeah, like, man, we got all the things. Yeah.
You're to find us. So, was there another topic you want to discuss, Antoinette?
No. There's, like, so many stuff that's going on, but then so little. I guess Black Lives Matters. I'm still putting my hand up like this because
my life has been Black Lives Matter since the day I was born. So.
Period. Okay. Condolences to the Trump administration for getting the coronavirus. Like, condolences, I guess. Hope y'all feel better. That's all I have to say about that.
I ain't got nothing to say about that, girl.
We need to do clownery. Clownery comes back to you. That's all I'm gonna say. So, yeah, like, life is good. Life is good. U.S. elections around the corner, but, like, we're Canadians, so we don't need to worry about that like that. But, like, I just hope y'all U.S., especially Gen Z people, because apparently Gen Zs are the biggest, like, majority during this election. Y'all go out and vote, okay? I do believe in exercising your right to vote if you're a citizen, and you have rights, so you might as well just go and vote. And don't vote for the wrong party. But I'm not gonna tell you who that wrong party is, because I think that's, like, illegal. So
it is.
You already know who the wrong party is.
Go out and vote.
Just go and vote. Okay. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Is that it for you too? That's all we have to talk about?
That was all my topics for this week. Like, I'm open to discussing anything further you want to talk, and then we can get into our hot picks.
let's get into our hot picks because I don't think I have anything on my mind.
All right. Did you want to start or did you want me to go ahead?
Ooh, yes, I'll start. So, Miss Amber Riley, if y'all remember her, she used to play Mercedes Jones on Glee. She is just rebranded and is now doing her music career, finally. And now she goes by Riley. And she dropped her new single before her EP dropped, which, by the way, guys, her EP has dropped, so go listen to her EP, called BGE, which means Big Girl Energy. And that's my hot picks for the week because, you know, sometimes it's not even about being plus size or anything. Yeah. It's just about being a big girl, okay? And putting your big girl panties on and just doing the shits and you're popping, okay? So shout out to Riley for that new song. I love that song so much. Y'all go and, yeah, that's my hot picks.
I'm happy for her.
I know, right? And like she has a whole man now, and like she's going through trauma, and like went to like therapy, and apparently she was talking about. And I was like, sis,
yeah.
So a lot of growth. Okay, so
yeah,
shout out to her.
That's really dope. That's really dope. I kind of have two. I cheated. I have two hot picks for this week. So my first one is actually shout outs to Headie One. He's a UK artist. And I think most people know him for that Don't Rush song.
Oh, yes.
Because that whole challenge. But he just dropped his project. And honestly, from top to bottom, it's fire. I love like the UK rap guys sound like when it gets to Stormzy and these guys. Because being someone that grew up in church, they kind of find a way to balance both worlds in their music and it doesn't come off corny. And I really appreciated the body of work. So shout outs to you, Headie One. And my second hot pick for this week is actually Toronto rap duo, the Young Saintz. And they just recently dropped a new single called IDC, which is I Don't Care. And I'm very sure it's available on like all streaming platforms. And they've like, pretty much the only Toronto rap duo I know. They've always been doing their thing. They're the only mans that I know that have brought half of the Eclipse to the city, and they've been doing their thing. So shout out to them for their new single, I Don't Care, Toronto influence, you already know. And that is my hot picks for this week. I cheated. Sorry, Antoinette.
It's okay, but like, honestly, y'all go check out their music. It seems like it's super popping. We will definitely be putting our hot picks of the week in the comments down below if y'all want to check out some good-ass music. We might be making a playlist soon on Spotify, so look up for that playlist, okay? Why are you like this? Anyways, so that's it for the episode, right? Yes, and that's our episode. So leave a comment on your thoughts, your opinions. We want to know what everyone is thinking. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Spotify, okay? We also on Spotify, not just YouTube's. And
Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast. Anywhere you listen, literally. You can
y'all go follow us there, okay? And whatever, and listen to your faves, like real shit. And also follow us on eFruit Podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to hit the bell and press that subscribe button and follow us on Instagram, which I already said. But most importantly, you better eat your fruits, okay? And mind your business.
Your business.
Period. So this episode is powered by www.downtownworld.com and is also sponsored by the House of AJ. So go follow our individual pages on Antoinette J Styles and Shop Downtown, which is shop. You see that spelling on the K-shirt? That's exact spelling how you spell downtown.
Downtown. Don't waste no time with negativity.
Period. Okay. So thank you so much for watching this show, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Bye. Oh, that was...
Eat fruit, and mind your business. Sometimes you just have to curve a ting, you know?
Kaboom!